This episode is brought to you by SeatGeek. SeatGeek have a promo code that is TBA Wrestling for $20 off your first purchase. That is $20 off your first purchase. TBA Wrestling. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to Gunners Are Us, where we are positively Arsenal.
And that we are.
This week, though,
It's getting a little harder, but I mean, in the grand scheme, it's not that hard, is it? Like, if you think about it, we're going to get to all of this, obviously, because this is an Arsenal podcast, and it's... I
feel funny.
I feel funny, yeah. Mr. Geordie Gaz, I think that's what it says, in TikTok. We're on TikTok every single week, 10 a.m. GMT, on Gunners Are Us, so make sure you get in there to get interactive. What do you think of the Arsenal game? They've just asked. With Newcastle, that is. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, we got Ad Talks Footy says, guys listening before a Liverpool fan, it's a wonderful feeling. I bet it is.
Oh, yeah.
The Liverpool are doing so well. Yes, and also in there is Jesus' links to Newcastle, kind of getting ahead of it. We're going to talk about the Newcastle game, a little bit on the Inter game tonight, and we're going to talk about the upcoming Chelsea game before the international break, because that's almost like the last block.
Yeah.
Before then there's the big in a row block post internationals.
Can't wait.
Yeah, and last night we had City on a 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, what's that about?
Which is amazing. There's Arsenal kind of starting their own one.
Kind of, in a way, yeah.
Well, essentially in the league we've got, was it 1 point from potentially 9?
Not ideal.
It's not ideal, and again, we've talked about it on the podcast a lot. The fixtures, the build-up, all these kind of things. And the only way I can describe it, and I'm going to describe the Newcastle game as we kind of filter in. And I did it at the weekend.
Okay.
I describe Arsenal's season as a hole. As in a hole in the ground.
Oh, an actual hole.
A hole in the ground. So I feel like if you imagine a 10-foot circular hole, like a well.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Arsenal have been thrown in there.
Yeah, we're in the well.
And imagine Arsenal as one guy. Imagine it's me.
Okay.
And I'm at the bottom, and the hole is the fixture list.
Yep.
You looked at the first 10, 11 fixtures, and you went, my God, that is the hardest looking set of fixtures I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
And you thought, you know what, let's see if we can overcome it. Because if we overcome it,
then
we'll do really well.
Yeah.
So day one, we start climbing, and we think, we get our little paws in the mud, and we think, we're heading out.
Yeah, we're getting out the well.
We're getting out. And then all of a sudden, there's a red card no one else gets. Someone throws something down the hole at us, knocks us down a little bit. You keep trying to climb.
Yeah.
And then here's another red. There's one that no one else gets. And, it's knocked you. And this is it. And then, there's another one. There's another red. So this is 3 times now. Oh, my God. I don't know how we're going to get out.
It's almost like someone's lowering the bucket into the well, and every time we go to grab it, they take the bucket away.
Exactly. And these things keep happening.
Yeah.
And you go, what is going on? Then, have an Odegaard injury. Have a Saka injury.
Yeah.
Have a God knows. And again, everyone has injuries. Injuries aren't an excuse. But these are adding to the reason he couldn't get out of the hole.
Yeah.
I feel like at Newcastle this week, he jumped down back into the hole and he got in the corner and he wept. And he went, do you know what? I don't care. And that was nothing to do with the Newcastle game.
Yeah.
I think it was just, that's how they played. They played like they'd given up. Like they'd gone, do you know what? It's too hard.
We're never getting out of that well.
It's too hard.
Yeah.
And it worried me a lot, that performance, because I think that performance has been coming. I think against Bournemouth, I don't think we were very good.
Yeah.
The red card became the talking point of the whole match.
Yeah.
But we didn't take into consideration the unbalancedness of the team.
Yeah, it felt off.
I think Liverpool, randomly, we played really well.
Yeah. Yeah, we were up for that one.
But by the end, those things that had been thrown down the well, ideally, Kivior Lewis Skelly centre-back pairing, or whatever we had at the end of that match. And Partey.
Yeah. No shade on those players, but that combination isn't normal. I'm
going to be honest, we were worried for a couple of years there about Zinchenko going up against Salah.
Yeah.
And then this year we went, should we just try Partey, Kivior and Lewis Skelly and see what happens?
We'll give it a go.
These things are the things that worry me. And again, like I said, the feeling I have after the Newcastle game, is the big question is the season over? Can we win the league? Can we win the league? Yes.
Yeah.
We were in a very bad position about January last year. We were about 4th in the league. We were about 8 points off the league.
Yeah.
And we'd lost 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
And we looked really out of sorts.
Yeah.
Then we just went out of control. I don't think we look as out of sorts as we did last year, which sounds really weird.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd say is to win a league, especially in the modern era, Liverpool have had to deal with it with City.
Yeah.
You need a lot of luck.
You got to be also perfect sometimes.
Yeah,
well.
you need great talent.
Yeah.
You need a great team. You need some decisions to go your way. You need a massive slice of luck in the injury department.
Yep.
What worries me is I think we got a lot of that last year and still didn't win the league.
Yeah.
But that kind of backs up my point of in the modern era, you got to be that kind of everything's got to go your way, and you still might not win because City are out of control.
Yeah.
And Liverpool have had to deal with this. Liverpool challenged the league, then they fell off. They challenged the league, fell off. Challenged the league, fell off. Challenged the league, fell off.
Yeah. You have to have a season to kind of regroup.
Regroup. And the year in which Liverpool went well, City fell off during COVID.
Yep.
Other than that, Liverpool were hitting 100 points.
Yeah.
And City will go, we'll get 102.
They were damn near perfect and still didn't get it.
And that's what worries me. But the only good thing, the saving grace for this year is, my genuine opinion is we're out of sorts and nothing's gone our way yet. I'm sure it'll come back around.
I mean, we're quite downtrodden about the decisions and the injuries as well, like as fans. And you can see it in the players. They're in the same position and they're getting hit harder playing because they're putting all the effort in and still getting nothing.
Well, if you imagine, we talked about it. Brighton at home, we were 1-0 up. The Rice sending off, which, again, looking back, gets weirder and weirder as you look at it.
Yeah.
Because it happens every single game. And they've kind of given up on it now.
Yeah.
They've given up on that rule, which we, by the way, again, like as I said this a couple of weeks in the pod, go back to the first episode of the season on this pod. We guessed at what decision was going to deter a team for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And then they'll just get rid of that rule completely.
Yeah.
And the Rice one, for example, Brighton at home, 1-0 up, we draw 1-1 because of that decision, basically. We go down to 10 men, we go defensive. That 2 points is such a difference in how the start of the season looks.
Yeah.
And that's one of them. But if you also add Bournemouth, I think we played poorly, but we'll never know what was going to happen because it was 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
But we've got a draw. That's 1 point. City, away, when Trossard kicks the ball away, Saka, even though Bernardo Silva's on the floor, they can't take a quick free kick. Apparently that's the rule.
Yeah.
Doesn't get given. If we even win that game, we're going to get 2 extra points. But even if one of these things goes our way, and I'm not saying all of them because it's unlikely, but let's say the Bournemouth game, Saliba doesn't get sent off and we end up winning that game because Martinelli scores that goal.
Yeah.
That's 3 point swing.
We're having a different conversation.
Puts us above City, I believe, in it. We're just behind Liverpool. And I think no matter how badly it's all gone around or that, we'd still be going, this is a good season.
Yeah.
So that's how finite it is. Like, we're not so far off the pace.
No.
And
I think if City had won, though, at the weekend, I think we'd be even further off the pace. So
Yeah.
luckily, they managed to drop some points as well against what it seems to be a formidable Bournemouth side.
Yeah. Mr. Geordie Gaz says, a question, the way Newcastle played against Arsenal, would you think we are Europa League or Champions League? I really... The Newcastle one, I genuinely think some of our issues... I think there's a little bit of PTSD from this season in the way we're playing. I worry... When you watched against Preston, I know Preston's a completely different outfit.
Yeah.
There was balance.
Yeah.
That team was changed. Like, a lot of the players were changed.
Yeah.
But it felt more cohesive than anything we've seen this season. And the only reason that is because everyone was playing in a correct position.
Yeah.
We had Sterling, Jesus, and we had, I don't remember on the left, it was Martinelli, I believe. And in the middle we had Waneri, and we had, I think it was Jorginho.
Yep.
And Moreno.
Yep.
But it was, again, when you say that team, you go, ooh, where's Saka? Where's, all these players? Rice, where's Havertz? Where's Odegaard? These kind of things.
It's balanced.
Yeah, and Kiwior was playing his right position of left centre-back. There's weird things going on, but we played well. And again, it was lesser opposition, but there was a balance.
Yeah.
And the thing I'd say about the Bournemouth game, the thing I'd say about the Liverpool game, the Newcastle game, it felt unbalanced.
Yeah.
It felt like we couldn't create anything because there was no creative. I call it the donut.
Yeah.
You go around the giant hole in the middle.
We got PTSD about the donut.
Yeah, because of Emery. And there's a huge hole, and it's not just a hole. There's no one actually in it.
Yeah.
Because no one plays there. And everyone naturally pushes out wide. So, for example, Moreno was out by Martinelli's feet against Newcastle constantly. Yeah. Havertz had pushed out randomly into Saka's feet.
Yep.
There was no one really up front.
No.
Really. I know Trossard was, but he had kind of drifted to the left. And then you had Partey at right back stepping into the midfield to sit next to Rice.
Yeah.
So they were it really was like a horseshoe or even a donut. And no one was in there doing direct passes. Later in the game, where he came on, and he did make a couple direct ones. I think Zinchenko was a good decision on that one because he will play those direct passes.
Yeah.
And to tell you who else, Partey. But now Partey's even further back.
Yeah.
He's playing okay actually there.
He's doing well.
He will try and drive a ball right to someone's feet down the middle. And if you remember the one really good chance we had in the whole game, again, right at the end, Saka, a little bit of magic.
Yeah.
Rice should be scoring that last
Oh,
second.
yeah.
But do you remember Trossard drifted into that Odegaard space, into the half space, and he slid the ball directly down the middle to Saka, who was randomly coming infield.
Yeah.
And he was in, but he just hit it too hard.
Yeah.
But it would have been an easy chance. And that's an example of we're so close to it.
Yeah.
And we're so close to Odegaard coming back, i.e. he's in the squad. He's travelled to Italy tonight for Inter. You can see it's the missing part because the minute even someone who doesn't play there drifts into that place, because Havertz can't play it. I think he's doing a really good job at kind of... Him, Moreno and Rice are very similar players.
Yeah.
And they do a similar job. They go to the ball, they kind of press and they'll come to the players, blah, blah, blah. But when you see Odegaard, and where he does it as well, he wants to make something happen. So he's playing direct balls to feet. He's pressing the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
A big part of the way in which we play is we blanket press.
Yeah.
And we press to one exact player. So we kind of... If it's the left back, the whole team does this. No one wants to get the ball.
Yeah.
They just force him into a position to go long. He goes long. We switch it to our fullback, usually now Calafiori.
Yeah.
And Calafiori is another big part of how we attack.
Yeah.
And it sounds weird, but he joins the attack in a certain way. We can't do any of that.
And we're missing a lot of that, like you said, through Odegaard, who's not just a playmaker, but the work rate he puts in on closing down is a big miss. It's like we're trying to play, to use like an NFL analogy, it's like we're trying to play without our starting quarterback. But instead of playing the young quarterback who we have on the bench, we're putting the tight end in to try and play quarterback.
Yeah, that's a really good analogy, actually. It genuinely feels like the way you play midfield, I think you do, when you look at NFL, you have a slot receiver and you have your two wide receivers.
Yeah.
And you might have a tight end. That's how you kind of build a midfield.
Yeah.
At the minute, it feels like we're playing with four tight ends.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, where's the receiver? Where's the pocket receiver? Who's going to do something? Yeah.
But when and where he came on, though, he kind of showed what he could do there. I think his move, he didn't do anything truly influential, but his movements alone created way more very quickly than a lot.
And I really do believe that game was down to two bits of magic from Gordon.
Yeah.
The goal. I think the goal's unstoppable. I don't think anyone's at fault.
Wow.
It's just when it went in, I just looked around and I went, that's just a good goal.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's just happened against us. Yeah. That's just the way it is.
That is like
you won't see him deliver a ball better this year. That is an unbelievable pass.
You don't see goals like that anymore. Like that is like something straight out of the 90s.
Yeah. And then in the last minute, Saka does the exact same and creates a bit of magic. And the difference, this is the sad part, the difference between the two teams was that little finish.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they have Isaac, we had Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Because again, later on in the game, when we were looking for a goal, what did we do? We put Jorginho at 6.
Yep.
And went, Rice, go play left 8.
Yeah.
That's not going to win you a game. Declan Rice is unbelievable.
Yeah.
But he's a defensive player.
Yeah.
So if you had brought on, I don't know, you had brought on Jesus already. If you brought on Sterling and Jesus had dropped into that role,
yeah,
you would have had Sterling, Jesus, those guys are going to attack that ball. And we could talk about Jesus' finishing and all these things, blah, blah, blah. I bet he would have done better than Rice did in that position because
he's quite good with his head, yeah.
He would have been in better positions. When Rice went to left 8, by the way, he weaved between them midfield and nearly scored.
Yeah, yeah.
There was just a lot, I think, in hindsight that we could have done better. And I do think Arteta has to take some of the blame. Because I do think it's so hard, isn't it?
When you're trying to fix these things on the move, like week to week, and the pressure of the Premier League, I can see how you make some weird decisions because you're trying to make it work in the moment.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of pressure on him to make the right call. Yeah. But I think he's slowly trying to figure it out. But the shame is that we're trying to figure it out in the season as it goes.
Mr. Geordie Gaz said Isaac's header was like Shearer in the 90s. Exactly.
It was a 90s goal.
It was a proper goal. That's what I
like, even when I was watching it, I sat there watching it. I was like, what a goal.
Yeah, that's what I did. I just went, wow, that's a good goal. And again, my agenda is obviously to get off the conspiracy theory Arsenal fan. Have you noticed after every game this year that we dropped points, we pretty much, everyone was like, can we talk about the ref? But what did we do this week? It's fine.
It was just, we lost.
We just lost. And again, that is the proof that Arsenal fans don't always have an excuse.
No.
But I mean, if any other team had dealt with the 3 red cards we got this year, I think you'd be talking about the refs. And again, like I said, that just made a hard fixture list hard.
Yeah.
But that Newcastle one really felt like they were exhausted and they were just fed up and they just went, huh. Like we had, did we have a shot on target? I don't think we did we? Or did we got one? There was one shot on target maybe?
Well, bet responsibly, but I put the evens bet on Saka getting a shot on target.
So did I.
That didn't come.
No, I think against Bournemouth we had one shot on target and against Newcastle, which means...
Yeah.
Yeah. Jason in the chat, hello, says the players we've been linked with always score against us. It's like they're trying to make a point.
Yeah.
And I do really like Isaac.
Yeah, big player. Big player.
Do you think the press always gives Arsenal a hard time in my eyes? Yes. Yeah, it does. It's really tough. And like I was saying, I think Arsenal, we can blame Arteta slightly.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a little bit passive. Like I said, late on you're looking for a goal. Here comes Jorginho. And Sterling sat on the bench. And whether you agree with that or not, putting an attacking player on there gives you a better chance than that.
It's playing it safe.
Yeah.
But playing it safe, we're still losing. Like, you don't really want to lose when you're playing it safe.
And I find it really interesting. We lost there last year 1-0. Obviously, we don't want to talk about that game because of the state of that.
Yeah.
But I remember Arteta saying, we played Jorginho in the middle that day. And he said, you can't fight size and power with size and power. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
But then fast forward 1 year after that game, he tried to fight size and power with size and power. And it didn't work. It was just a stalemate. That's how I felt about the game.
Fair play to Newcastle as well. Like, coming from, I think they started their game at 8th. So they were battling from underneath.
Yeah, they've had a weird start.
They got a result there. Like, they did well.
Yeah, and it's really interesting as well because there's something I wanted to say, which was, one, if you look at the table currently, of our 10 games we've played, we've played 8 of the top 10.
Yeah, it's been a heck of a start.
The only 2 out of the top 10 we've played are Leicester and Southampton. And we played the 2, essentially, relegation teams at home.
Yeah.
And then we've played out of the 10, 6 away, 4 home.
Yeah, yeah.
The home games have been Brighton, them guys, and Liverpool.
Yeah.
We played away at Newcastle, played away at Villa, away at Spurs, away at City.
Tough start. Like, regardless of any decisions, injuries, whatever, that is a tough start.
And then at Bournemouth, and we've seen what Bournemouth are doing with the likes of City at the weekend, which we'll get to. I was saying the other day, if we were going to, at the start of any season, before any fixtures come out, if you said to an Arsenal fan, what games are the ones you think you're going to definitely drop points in? We would say City home, City away.
Yeah.
Liverpool home, Liverpool away.
Yeah.
They're the 2 teams, home and away, are a big worry. Then I'd say Old Trafford, Man United. I would say Chelsea.
Yeah.
Away.
Yeah.
Spurs away.
Yeah.
Villa Park.
Oh, yeah.
Villa away.
Always.
Newcastle away.
Oh, yeah.
And then any away game on the South Coast. They're my kind of 10. That's what I'd always say because we're just bad.
Yeah.
So far, out of all of them, Newcastle away. Villa away. Liverpool home. City away.
Yeah.
Spurs away. Villa away.
Yeah.
Down the South Coast away.
Yeah.
So out of the original...
bogey games.
Yeah, the games we don't want. In the first 11, we're going to have played 7.
Yeah.
If not 8, actually. I think I completely just missed one. But it's a lot, basically.
It bodes well for the rest of the season, though, because we've got these out the way now.
Exactly, and we're not a third of the way through, but we've done 2/3 of the games we don't really like. So you got to believe that at some point, the games are going to come. And I mean, I know Liverpool have just started their kind of harder run.
Yeah.
And it started with Leverkusen, and they've gone and won 4-0 or something.
Yeah.
When I do look at all 3 teams, I think Arsenal look a little bit out of sorts, but it's not been the most optimal start as far as fixtures, decisions, and our general play.
On paper, looking back, I would not feel too bad about how it's gone, really.
I think I said on the podcast that after 10 games, looking at the fixtures, I would have been happy with, I think it was 21 points.
Yeah.
But I didn't think we could get that. And I don't know how many we're on. I think we're on, is it 18?
Yeah, something like that.
It'd be worth checking. You should check on your fantasy football app. I remember about 21, I was like, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
But I don't think we can do it. And we're definitely not in the 20s. And that was based on the fixtures. That was before I knew what was going to happen with these 3 red cards that no one else gets.
Yeah.
I didn't know Odegaard would be out for such a long period of time, all these things. And again, anyone that comes to me, because I know we've had some Man United fans, we're on 18 points.
18 points.
So we're 3 shy of kind of what I thought. And I'd say the 3 shy is probably not losing to Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And winning against Bournemouth. Because the last few years, we've actually been very good against Bournemouth. And again, and the difference between that and that is we'd be second.
Yeah.
And we'd be just behind Liverpool.
Yeah.
And I think if you said to most people to start the season, you'd have 21 points. People would be like, that's not a great return.
No.
So 18's a really not a great return. But then when you look at the league, you're like, oh, we're still 5th.
And how it played out.
Yeah, and then obviously when you look back at all the things. And again, the different parts, I think the decisions other fans are very quiet about now because I think they realise just how bad that was.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, it's only getting worse because they're not giving it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, then they've actually given up on these decisions. The last man one's mad because the exact same thing happened the day after.
Yeah.
Then the week after, another one happened, and everything.
That's the main. Again, that's why we're disgruntled about it.
Yeah.
Not so much the decisions, because decisions happen, but it's the fact that the lack of consistency.
Yeah, and again, things are going to happen. For us, honestly, and Jason just said the 3 points we nearly got at City too.
Wow, yeah.
Exactly, and that was the last second goal. And again, we were down to 10 men for, 55 minutes with injury time?
Yeah.
We've spent, out of the 10 games, we've done a third of them with 10 men.
Yeah, you
got
got
pretty much half a game every time.
Those players are probably exhausted mentally and physically. Like it's a hard go.
And Mark's 44 says Newcastle 1-0. Lol, you deserve that.
You definitely.
You can take that to the bank. You definitely won.
That.
Yeah, it's just one of those that I think when you look back, it's like that. And again, with the injuries, I mean, as Arsenal fans, we've dealt with injuries for 10 years.
Yeah.
And people would say injuries aren't an excuse. Injuries aren't an excuse, and we would go, but they are because we're missing a load of players.
Yeah.
And then 2 years ago, our doctor goes to Man United.
Yeah.
We don't get many injuries. Like the last couple of years, we've been so lucky with injury.
Yeah.
And we've kind of ploughed on. Man United got that doctor, and Man United have the worst injury record. Their injury record the last couple of years is basically what we dealt with for like 10 years.
What's going on
And I don't know if it's that doctor, but they're dealing with it.
Yeah.
And what do I hear on podcasts? Man United, it's tough to get a gauge because of the injuries. Where was this when we were trying to get 4th?
Yeah.
And everyone was like, can't blame it on injuries.
Yeah.
And now these teams are trying to get 8th. And they're going, it's injuries.
I don't think
But by the way, what did they bring up this week on Sky Sports? Man City's injury crisis.
Yeah.
The injury crisis in which all those players were on the bench the next game.
Yeah.
When we've sat with Odegaard out and Saka out.
Yeah.
And all the Moreno out, the new signing. It's
And the big Saliba one we lost a couple of seasons ago that
cost us the title, but they said, "Hey, don't argue it."
I don't think you.
I really also think I hate how triggering that conversation is.
Yeah.
Because people can't have a conversation without there being like a banter to it. Like,
yeah.
you know, you say the decisions are bad. It's like, oh, excuses. It's like, no, can we have an actual discussion? Like, if you get bad decisions,
Yeah.
you're not going to win games.
Yeah.
If you get a lot of injuries, you're going to struggle. That's just facts. It's not an excuse. It's just the way it's like. For example, in the NFL, Dallas Cowboys are awful.
Yeah.
We've now got in the last 6 weeks we've accumulated like 10 injuries.
Yeah.
Now the injuries are getting closer to like just the main players.
Yeah.
So we're now losing a quarterback, a receiver, or this, or that, whoever.
Yeah.
You're not going to win a Super Bowl like that.
No.
And you kind of got to just accept it.
Yeah.
So, for example, with Arsenal, after those 10 games, I genuinely sit there and go, you know, if you're going to try and go par on a round of golf and you double bogey the first 4,
Yeah.
you probably in your head go, do you know what, I'm probably not going to par this
Yeah.
hole. I'm not going to go out and scratch it. It's probably going to be over.
You got to accept it. Yeah.
And you got to kind of accept it. And again, what played to the factors? Huge winds and gusts of rain. There was you tweaked your back on one of the swings.
Yeah.
All these things happen. A dog ran past and they put you off.
Yeah.
If all that stuff happened in the first 3 holes and you were double bogeys down, you would go, this might not be my day. And that's where I'm kind of at an Arsenal fan. I'm not saying it's out.
Yeah.
Because I think the teams around us have double bogeys in them this year.
Yep.
And this is the first year in a long time. I think the league, no one's getting to 90 points. I think it's going to be an 83, 84 point season, which means teams are going to lose games. You were about to say something about the injuries.
Yeah, I think the problem with that is the wording of it. It's the use of blame and excuse.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a blame and excuse thing. I think it's more just part of sport. I think if let's say it costs you the season that you lose some key players, that's just sport. It's not blaming it. It's the use of blame and excuse in that conversation that makes it triggering.
Yeah.
Like, it's just part of sport. Yeah. Like, if we say, oh, we lost the league like we did a couple of seasons ago because Saliba went out, there's no blame or excuse. Yeah. We're just saying, yeah, it cost us because a big part of our defence went out of the season. Like you said about NFL. You always have to come to terms with it and be like, okay, we're probably not going to win because we've lost these players. That's not an excuse. Yeah. It's just the way it is. And it's the same with using the NFL thing. I played fantasy this year for the first time.
You found out the hard way about fantasy.
And I was doing quite well. And then the reason I lost like the last 5 weeks is mass injuries to my entire starting team pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's not an excuse. There's no excuses.
It's just what happened.
I'm just saying, I lost 5 weeks because I lost key players.
Yeah. And I think that's the weird thing in sport. That's the bit I don't like is... I try to have a conversation. If like a Man United fan comes to me and goes, "You've got a lot of injuries," my first thing isn't, "You're still bad though." That's an excuse.
Yeah.
My theory is, I know it's mad. Like, how's that happened? What's going to happen? Like, where are you going to come with all those issues?
Yeah.
You know, if a Chelsea fan comes to me and says, "I think we're actually all right now," I go, "Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential there."
Oh yeah.
You just need to get a team together. My first thing isn't, you spend so much money, you should be.
Yeah.
That part of football and sport, I don't get.
And that's not sport doing that. That's
just the way
the talk around sport. And that's why you shouldn't take too much weight in the talk around sport. And that's why we do this podcast the way we do it. Because we're
positively Arsenal.
We're trying to be fair. Fair to all teams, fair to the sport in general. Because we don't want to be one of those podcasts or sets of fans that kind of make excuses and blame things. So we're just it's sport. That's what happens.
And again, I like it as well because we've got the podcast. Because like last year, if you listen to it, we're constantly talking about how lucky we've been with injuries. And how this could be our year.
Yeah.
And then we just didn't get there.
No.
We didn't get there because, honestly, this is the saddest part. We started badly.
Yeah.
And we could never recoup what we started.
No. And that's on us.
Yeah, it was massively on us. And that is, but the thing is, I prefer that. Like, after the Newcastle game, do you know how sad I felt? Not that sad.
No.
Because I went, sport.
They
created a bit of magic. We created a bit of magic. They were better than us by putting it in.
Yeah.
On the merit of the game, maybe a draw is fair. But it's only as fair as what happened. And they scored their goal.
Yeah.
So it's a win. And I didn't feel sad. When you go down to 10 men for no apparent reason or things like that, it really makes you just go, what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point in watching
I'm putting a lot of energy into this.
Yeah, and it's so much easier when sport can just be sport and you can just accept a loss or whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
But that's as far as Arsenal are. I really certainly feel that there's 4 teams in the title race. And I think it's Arsenal, Chelsea, City, Liverpool.
Yeah.
I think this week against Chelsea is going to be a really... I think if Chelsea could beat us, which is probably likely at this point, I think that really... I don't know, it's like a marker down to them go, we are in this race.
We're back, yeah.
And they go above us as well with that. Oh, they're already above us. They just go further ahead. Yeah. So we're really... By the end of this weekend, we could be 8th if we lose that.
Yeah.
So going into the international break, we could be 8th and really off the base.
That's a climb.
It's a big climb. And we're... sorry, Jason just said Michael Oliver is apparently refereeing the Champions League Chelsea game.
Beautiful.
I said to a Chelsea friend of mine who sent me this picture, and I put it on TikTok actually, I said, Man City's refs the Arsenal-Chelsea game. And I say that, allegedly, because he's paid by the City owners and he gives a lot of decisions to City.
Yeah, why is that not looked into more?
I don't know. But the thing is with this game is he probably doesn't know who's the bigger threat to City, so he might ref it well.
That's true. Yeah.
Because right now, Chelsea are the bigger threat.
Yeah.
In this moment.
That could help us.
So he might ref this absolutely fine. And he might go, I don't know, so I'm just going to ref it normal.
Yeah.
Who knows? But I think it's a real marker if they can beat us.
Yeah.
I think if we beat them, I think it may be reminding everyone that it is a 3-horse race, that they aren't quite at it.
No.
Another one is from Charlie, says, you miss Odegaard. You're so average without him. It's sad to see. Yeah, we are really...
It is very sad
it's very reliant. And the worst part is Arteta said a couple of years ago, our whole system revolves around one man.
Yeah.
And it's Odegaard.
Yeah.
And he's been proved right.
Yeah.
Because when he's not there, we really do. And I mean, for the brigade out there that really thought Odegaard is overrated, they might have to change their tune now.
Oh, yeah.
I love Odegaard. I think he's great. I think you have to have a backup.
Yeah.
When he goes out like this, I don't get how at this level, because we fell short at the start of the season. We went, if Oda gets... We said at the start of the season, if Oda gets injured, there's no backup.
Yeah.
Because we got rid of Vieira on loan. We got rid of Smith Rowe. And then we even looked at on the side and we said, if Martinelli goes down or Saka, who's coming on? Because we got rid of Nelson. And then we ended on the last day panicked and got Sterling.
Yeah.
And it's like, look at Nelson. I don't know if you ever watched Fulham game. Nelson was unreal.
Yeah.
Created so many chances. The pace, the power... Definitely more than what we've seen from Sterling. Sterling's a proven winner, and I know he's had an unbelievable career.
Yeah.
But you look at that and you just go, my God, like, what?
What do we have?
Yeah, and also... And again, I don't think necessarily Nelson's the answer.
No.
But I do wonder how we thought we were going to get for a season with no injuries. Because we said at the start of the season, why is our squad so small?
Yeah.
We've condensed it to very good players.
Yeah.
But we've even got into the weeds now. We've gone into the roots and had to get Lewis Skelly out.
Yep.
Waneri.
Yep.
All these guys are coming out the woodwork because we've had to. And at the start of the season, we were kind of just basing on, I hope we don't get injuries.
Yeah.
And instantly we got them. So it's kind of I'm hoping it's something we'll learn by that will make us in January go get stronger.
Yeah.
The problem is, and here's another bit of information, Edu's gone.
Yes.
So
where did that come from?
We might not have a football director. Or a director of football.
And a big influential part in this Arsenal that we've now got.
Yeah.
With Arteta.
Womble says, poor recruitment and bad luck with injuries is a clever way to justify poor performance. Yeah, that's about right, really. That's about it. With Edu leaving, I don't know. Again, it's a modern thing, isn't it? Director of football.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it really means.
I think we're only putting a lot of weight on it just because of what him and Arteta managed to do with Arsenal coming in together.
We've seen them together, and that is the big thing.
But a conversation I had with someone this week said, like, all your stuff's in place now. So is it that big a change? And when you bring someone else in, does it just continue or maybe get better?
Yeah. And he started at Corinthians, and he went to the Brazil national team. And then he's come to Arsenal. He's moved from, I can't remember what the name of it was, but he's gone up to director of football. Yeah. He was on the one below. I can't remember what it's called. His real learning curve has been at Arsenal.
Yeah. Same as Arteta.
Yeah, and again, for a director of football, I mean, to learn at a club that big, and again, his stock is never going to be higher than it is right this moment. What he's a big part of what's happened with Arsenal. We've gone from Mustafi and Socrates since he took over. Yeah. To Arteta, Odegaard, Saka, and challenging for the league and being in the Champions League. Yeah. His stock will never be high. He's going to Nottingham Forest. I can't remember the name of their owner. He's going to work for his group, which at the minute is Nottingham Forest. Yeah. Did someone say it?
Someone mentioned it earlier in there.
It's Nottingham Forest and Olympiacos, I believe, at the minute. But the fact they're recruiting him, they've been recruiting him for about a year. Yeah. Tells me maybe he's adding another team to the portfolio. Yeah. But either way, they're tripling his wages. He's going to have a lot more control over multiple teams. Yeah. It's just a good decision for him, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, you've got to look into the human element as well. He's made a good decision there. He's done well for us, and we say thank you for that. Like, he's given us the best few seasons we could expect out of what we got. But yeah, good luck to him. I think he's done very well. Yeah,
Womble says Arteta's lack of managerial experience might be starting to unravel. There is a chance. I mean, when you think of players that become managers, obviously there must be a talent to it, because when you look at someone like Rooney, unbelievable football player, and he's found his level at Plymouth, and I mean he's struggling at Plymouth, but I mean he's found his level. Yeah. Lampard, these guys, Gerrard's in Saudi Arabia. But a lot of these guys start, their first club is like Championship, and then they do another one, then they go, let's go for a West Ham. Yeah. You know, figure it out. Yeah. I mean, his first managerial job was taking Arsenal at rock bottom and putting them back in title races.
It's a lot of pressure.
It's about as good as I've seen a first managerial run for someone, other than maybe Zidane. Yeah. But that's a different kettle of fish. But yeah. It is, maybe it is. Maybe he's not experienced enough things, and he'll be a lot better manager in 15 years. Yeah. When he's done maybe 6-7 years at Arsenal, and then he does 5 years at PSG, and he does 3 years at Inter, and then he goes back to Arsenal, let's say. He might be a completely different manager because he's learned. But the one thing I'd say about Arteta, and I think the pundits are really struggling with it, is, and I watched Monday Night Football, and I thought they did a really good piece on XG. If you ever understood, if you've not understood XG before, check out Carragher. I think he put the tweet up. They kind of explain XG and how Brentford make low XG shots into high XG shots, things like that. But something they keep talking about is this Jose Mourinho thing, and he got a lot of stick for it, and then he doubled down on it and said, if you look at the two teams, and then he had a sly dig at Arsenal. Again, only Arsenal get all this nonsense on TV. But he said, defending really well, powerful tool players, set piece reliant at times.
Yeah.
It was these kind of things. And then the last thing was, but Jose Mourinho won trophies. He had a little dig at the end, and you're just like, what is that all about?
Yeah.
And it might be, honestly, the worst bit of punditry I've ever seen, because then Berbatov goes and explains way better in about 30 seconds everything he just said.
Yeah.
Because there's two things. Has he not watched Pep Guardiola, how he won the treble? Because do you know how he won the treble? Defending well, bringing in tall, big players, and becoming a powerful team that relied on some set pieces.
And not necessarily relying on a striker all the time as well, like an out-and-out number 9.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but the year they won a treble, they went and got the biggest number 9 in the world.
Yeah, true.
And they went long to him.
Yeah.
How did they beat Arsenal that year?
Yeah, true.
Go long, De Bruyne flicks it on, Haaland's in. It happened every time.
Maybe that's our next step.
That's what I'm saying. But we go long. More than 17 teams in the league. So we're not the team that plays out from the back anymore.
Yeah.
We go long. And they were saying this is Jose Mourinho. Pep Guardiola literally won a treble doing the style that Arteta's doing right now.
Yeah.
So I don't like the Jose Mourinho thing. Not because I think Jose Mourinho's a great manager.
Yeah.
And I don't see it as an insult. I think Arteta said, he was like, I worked on Jose Mourinho. And he was like, I love Jose Mourinho. He was like, I take that as a massive compliment. And I would, because, I mean, he's one of the best managers in the world.
Yeah. But
it's the idea that they don't get, that they've not seen... What they're struggling with is they've never seen a manager who actually adapts to everything.
Yeah.
You know, we go down to 10 men, he goes into Jose Mourinho. You know, we go against this team in a low block, we turn into Barcelona. We do this, we turn into this. We go long because this team likes to do this.
Yeah.
This team presses, so we go short and we go over the top.
Yeah.
It's just good management.
Yeah.
Good morning, Yeti, in the group.
Hello.
So it's just one of those where you just go... They've not seen that, so they're trying to like pigeonhole it and be like, that's what it is. But getting back to kind of what we're kind of talking about, I really believe this year the three teams, Liverpool, have been tested 3 times this year.
Yeah.
In a proper way. Arsenal, and they drew. Forest at home, and they lost. And Chelsea at home, and they won, but they didn't deserve to win.
Yeah.
I think other than that, the fixtures have been so kind. I think they're a good team. But I do think the bigger tests are ahead, and we'll find out. Again, like I said, I think by Christmas, we'll have a good understanding of who's really a team this year and who isn't. Liverpool look like the standouts. But I would be interested to see, once the fixtures kind of even out and they start to play a couple
I
teams.
think the back end of the season is going to really tell us who's going to take it this year.
Yeah, again, last year, I mean, we were completely out of it in January, and then we won, I think it was like 9 games in a row, like 6-0, and
he hit loads of goals.
Yeah, it went on for a while. But I think Chelsea also could add themselves to it, and I think winning this week could really be a, stamp to be like, we're in this race this year. Because again, if they do beat us, I'm sure people will say Arsenal are kind of vaguely still in the title race, but they might not say Chelsea are. But they definitely are if they're up there after 11, 12 games.
Yeah.
Again, Tottenham are also up there most years about this time, and then they disappear.
And we're also interested to see like how Brighton and Nottingham Forest do as well, because they've started strong.
Yeah.
But just see if they can hold on.
I noticed as well on the fixtures, we got Chelsea, and then that's the end of it. And we finally have international. Do you know what our first game back is?
What?
Forest.
Fantastic.
But the cool thing is, if you can beat Chelsea and you can beat Forest, they're above us.
Yeah.
So you are naturally going to get back into that third part. Lieti says, Arnie Slot is in honeymoon period with kind fixtures. Sometimes he's at a challenge, it's shown. That's what I mean. I think he's been challenged 3 times and he's dropped points or nearly dropped points. Again, he's also beat Leverkusen last night. There's been some really impressive results, but I think time will show. And again, come Christmas, we might be sitting there going, he's actually very good and Liverpool very good.
Yeah.
And I think they are very good. City looks so out of sorts. They lost in the League Cup.
Yep.
Their players were laughing about it.
Yeah.
They then went to the Premier League to Bournemouth, which we know is a hard place to go.
Yeah.
And then they lose there, and they deserved it. It could have been 4 or 5-0 down at one point. And then last night gets smashed by Gyökeres, Arsenal, long-term Arsenal target, soon to be Man United target because of the manager. That was probably as good a performance you can do for a manager who's about to join Man United.
Yeah.
To go and do that to Man City.
Well, it's the Rodri effect with City as well. Like they've lost. Like we talk about injury blames and stuff, but Rodri, on paper, like factually, is a massive loss for Man City. We always used to joke that if Rodri's playing, City win. What's happened since they've lost Rodri? They've dropped a lot of points.
And that's what they keep saying. They said, of course they're not challenging. They've lost Rodri. And you're just like, my God, change your tune. City, he says City are bad at the moment. Makes you wonder what's going on behind the scenes. That is another part of it that I was speaking to a couple of people and they were like, it's almost like they're not trying.
Yeah.
And I don't, there's this, you think sinisterly, don't you, in your head, where you don't think that they're trying to like be sympathetic to the point deduction that's coming and be like, but look, we're struggling already.
Yeah.
It does feel that way. But I don't think it is. I think they've just lost Rodri. And when you look at the history of the last 4 years, they've lost like 15 games and he didn't play in like 14 of them.
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne's been out as well, so...
Yeah, and De Bruyne's been... People forget how good De Bruyne is. Again, I know he's at the end of his kind of run. And I know his agents talked about Saudi already, so his might not be there. Phil Foden's not playing well. No. He's not in the team. They're doing a midfield of, is it Nunez?
Yep.
Kovacic.
Yep.
And you just think that doesn't look like world beaters, in my opinion. Haaland looks out of sorts. He missed a penalty last night.
Yeah.
It's a weird one. I think Doku, Grealish has come back into the team. I think Savio's been a really good signing. They don't look at it.
No.
And they look more beatable. But like we said at the start of the season, their last 10, 15 games is so favourable. If they're even in it, I really think... Somehow, Rodri's going to just turn up in February.
Oh, 100%.
Somehow.
Yeah, 100%.
He should, like any other player, he's back next season.
Yeah.
He might pop up in February and all of a sudden they go on a winning run. City, I think, will come back into it, but they definitely look a little bit confused.
Yeah.
And it is funny to watch for anyone, I think, for anyone to watch that.
And it keeps the Premier League interesting as well.
Yeah, I'd love to see like a 4-horse race up until March, April. And just... You don't know which way it's going, and it's not clear. Because even last year, when we were chasing City down, you never truly felt like they were going to drop points. I remember at Forest, they went and played awfully, and Forest just missed 5 sitters and then lost. And you thought, it's impossible. There's no point, getting excited for it. But no, they're the games. We've talked, obviously, through Edu.
Yep.
I don't know what they're going to do with football director. A lot of people reckon Wenger. I don't think that will happen. I think we need someone experienced, because I think the one detriment I think that Edu's had.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've been very good with transfers.
No, not as good as you'd expect it to be.
No, and I know we've bought a lot of good. When you look at Timber, Calafiori, Moreno, obviously we'll wait and see. Havertz, Rice, all these guys have been very good.
And they weeded out a lot of the deadwood as well.
Yeah, and I don't know how much, Arteta has to do with a lot of it. But I mean, he also brought in Marie, Cedric. In hindsight, Ramsdale, Zinchenko, and Jesus have not necessarily worked out, but they were a big part of the process.
Yeah.
I think, especially this year when they kind of said, get excited, and then they brought in Calafiori, who's a great player.
Yeah.
But he's one of 5 left backs.
Yeah.
We had 3 players in our midfield, so if we got 1 injury, we're going to be out, and we lost 2 instantly.
Yeah.
And then he brought in Sterling last second as a panic.
Yeah.
That screams of a guy whose head was maybe already somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about who's in charge, but I mean, he's the guy who has to get the deals over the line.
Yeah.
I think he's made great signings, but there's been 50% of them been great, 50% of them been really poor.
Yeah.
And
like Bungie said as well, he was a massive part of where we're at now. And we've said thank you for all of that. And but I think progression is everything. Like we've said with football before, we always think we're in the sweet spot until you move on to the next level. Maybe this is Arsenal's chance to move to the next level. Because we've tried to push as far as we can at this level. Maybe the next level is what takes us that little bit further, and we're going to see what it is. It
is, and then, like I said, the way I'm talking is just strictly trying to put a positive on it, because my natural reaction was, that's crumbling. There's the start of the crumble is happening.
Yeah.
And I mean, if Edu leaves, I'm not as a... It naturally makes you feel like if we were to lose the next 3 in a row, could they then just sack Arteta? Because they're going, well, we lost half of that double team.
Yeah.
Could we just... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas before I thought, like... I didn't think we'd fall off enough to get sacked, but if we did, like last year, we were in a bad situation by Christmas. I never thought he'd get sacked.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
it's always scary when you've got more questions than answers. I mean, that's where we're at right now with Edu leaving.
In the chat, we just got Bungie saying we need a striker ASAP. I agree. I think Gyökeres really... That audition went really well yesterday.
Yeah.
For a lot of English teams to see him. I know Man United think they're now going to get him. It would be a step up on Xerxes.
Yeah.
But I think Almiron, is that how you say it? I think he's pretty much said he will not buy a Sporting player because he doesn't want to deplete that team.
That's fair.
And I think that is good, and I'm glad he's doing that because it's the opposite of what Ten Hag essentially did, where he just tried to bring in every Ajax player he never knew. But Arsenal have been linked with him for a while. He was at Coventry, he was at Brighton, all these places. He didn't look great, but when you watch the way in which he strikes the ball, I don't know if you saw his hat trick. Oh no, he scored 4 in the league the other day.
I didn't see that.
He's basically got like. If you look at his numbers, it's very reminiscent of what Haaland was doing before City, even with City. You know, when you look at players and you go, oh, they scored more goals than they played.
Yeah.
It's very rare. Like, you know, if a player scores 1 every other game, you're happy.
Yeah.
It's just one of those, like, the way he hits it is like when you watch Haaland, it's like a robot.
Yeah.
And he scored 4 at the weekend. I think he might have scored 4 in one half. No, 3 in one half and then 1 late on. He's hitting it so in the corners, like, and again last night he scored 2 penalties, and the first goal was a bump, like an Ozil bump ball over the top.
I think
Yeti says Gyökeres was poor last night. Let's not let the 2 pens deceive you. He looks lazy. That's the thing I've seen. Kind of people saying. I've seen some people saying he failed the audition. I've seen people saying that was the audition. He did. It was 2 penalties, and the other guy was that. But it's in the league, and again, it's the Portuguese league. I don't know, but the ball striking looks like surely. That ball striking stays the same, but does he get the space to shoot? And we've talked about it before. The type of forward Arsenal need, you're going to get no space. You're going to be kind of crowded in a box and hoping to get your foot in somewhere.
You've got to be a strong player that's going to put their foot down and make a mark. That's why I've always been a big fan of Vlahovic, because I feel like he is that kind of player, like a Haaland, who's strong. Yeah. If you need him to find a goal, he'll figure it out. Like, he'll get in there amongst it and he will get a goal. But yeah, there is certain things with these kind of players. Like Haaland was the same. It wasn't just the goals he was scoring. It was there's a general style of play to them that is just strong.
Smash through people, basically.
Yeah, and if they've got that in their locker, even if they come to the Premier League, they still have the ability to pull that out.
I'd say this: it'd be a step up on what we're currently doing.
Yeah,
because we don't actually have a forward.
We're working without.
But I think Sesko's the guy. But again, Sesko was trying to be bought last year, and that was under Edu. I don't know. Like a clip went viral yesterday of. One of Odegaard's first really amazing games, and them asking Arteta about how good he was and how well they've done to find him.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, it's all Edu." He was an Edu guy, and Edu convinced me.
Yeah.
Which is really scary.
That's worrying.
But it makes you think. For example, Sesko last year, we needed a forward. Did Edu go get that profile and go, "That's the guy we need"? And Arteta's going, "I trust you."
Yeah.
Now he's gone. Is Sesko completely off the table? I don't know. I know Isaac's talked about.
Yep.
I know that Gyökeres has been talked about. I'd say those 3 are the guys that we're probably going to... We're going to go for one of them.
Yeah.
We actively went for Sesko last year. I think Gyökeres looks more interesting than Sesko in the sense that he's banging in a lot of goals.
Yeah.
But his general play, I think, is okay.
I think Isaac for me is the one.
Isaac's the ultimate. I love Isaac.
Like, he's Premier League tested. He fits the mould of what Arsenal do. I think he's my choice out of those guys.
Definitely. And Sesko's build-up play and some of the hold-up play is really good. He's only 20. Yeah. Seems more of an Arsenal thing. But again, we say seems more of an Arsenal thing. We've got used to over the last 5 years what an Arsenal thing is.
Yeah.
And it might be changing. Yeah. Because it might have been Edu who was like, we need young, we need this, we need that. I don't know. So
and again, that Arsenal thing that we're talking about hasn't necessarily... won us the league.
Yeah.
So is there a chance to maybe improve and go for something a little out of left field? And that's the answer.
Maybe.
Because Haaland, I think we said at the start of his run at City, he wasn't necessarily the answer for that City team, the way they were playing.
Yeah.
But he forced it, being Haaland.
Yeah.
So maybe that is what we need, is to make that change and go from there.
Yeah. And shout out to Trudy in the chat.
Hello.
Before we move into Premier League predictions, we're going to get into the last thing we have to talk about is Inter tonight.
Yep.
We're at the San Siro. It was super foggy last night. I don't know if you saw any of that footage.
No.
Mad. I think it's a really exciting game to get kind of jazzed up for.
I enjoy going to the San Siro.
Yeah, the only downside I see is there's no Declan Rice. He hasn't travelled.
Yep.
Odegaard's not going to start.
No.
So we're going to see a midfield of Jorginho, Partey, and Marino probably.
I tell you what, like in the Italian style of football, I don't mind that.
Maybe. And then Havertz maybe up front, Saka and Martinelli. I'm not sure. I don't know if there's any right backs even available, so Partey might have to play there. Because Rice isn't playing, I'm assuming Partey will play midfield.
Yeah.
And someone will play right back.
Yeah.
I think he might rotate the team a little bit, so I think there could be a couple big boys out.
Okay.
I think Gabriel might not start.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm not as excited, I remember we played at Atalanta day one away in Italy.
Yeah.
And they're a very good side as well. And for 10 minutes, we looked really good. And I thought, this would be a fun watch.
Yeah.
Then it became 80 minutes of us sitting back. We saved a penalty, drew 0-0.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that thinks we're just going to watch the filthiest low block for 90 minutes tonight. And it's going to be quite a hard watch.
It's going to be a very Italian game.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough. But before we move on to the prediction leagues, Bungie has said, do you believe we'll win the league with Arteta? I do.
I think it's possible, yeah.
I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
He's definitely shown us enough.
So, prediction leagues are up.
Yep.
I could tell you last week.
Oh, I got a lot of fighting to do.
You won, I think.
Did I win last week?
So last week you got 4. Simon and I got 3. So you gained 1 point back.
Wow, nice.
You're in last place with 42.
Okay.
I got 45. Simon's got 49.
Okay. That's good. That worked out for me. I think I took a couple gambles.
You did, and it was at one point you were winning like 3-1, and then the last couple went wrong or something.
Yeah.
But it was close. We've got, I think all the games are at 3. I think we've got a 5:30 and an 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And then we got Sunday football.
Yep.
Which ends with us and Chelsea, and then that's it. We're into an interlude. So this time next week, we'll be kind of trying to dissect the season as it is.
Yeah.
And then we have to get through international.
Yeah.
Again. And then we'll be getting back into
Weirdly, this early in the season as well, this set of games this weekend going into the international break is quite influential in telling us what's going to happen after the international break.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully no injuries. I think Odegaard and Timber haven't been brought up to their national squads, which is a good thing because both of them are available now.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that I feel like they might be trying to get rid of Rice to avoid an England call-up.
Okay, they're just keeping him off.
I don't know, but obviously he's not going to play in the Inter game, but I can't imagine him going to Chelsea and being like, even though he's not fully hurt, should we try and... You have to go and beat.
Oh, you got to.
And could we see the midfield of Rice, Moreno and Odegaard for the first time at Chelsea?
That would be nice.
It would be nice to actually see the team.
Yeah.
Calafiori's not back, but Ben White and Timber should be.
Yeah.
So it'd be just Calafiori short, really. First game is Brentford-Bournemouth.
Oh.
Brentford lost a late one there against Fulham. That was a really good game.
Yeah.
And Bournemouth coming off...
Strong.
I think their last 3 games, they beat Arsenal, drew with Villa, beat City.
Wild. That is wild. Fair play.
So in my opinion, they're going to come crashing down.
You reckon?
Because Brentford are winning that.
I'm going to go Bournemouth.
Yeah, I would.
I think... I don't know. If I was a better man on that one, I don't know which way I'd go. I think you're very fair with them come crashing down after those wins. But I think Bournemouth are strong and Brentford aren't quite there.
AFC for life in the chat says 2-1 Bournemouth. I think that's a pretty good shout. Bournemouth look really good, but I also think they're very beatable.
They are beatable, but they have something. They have momentum.
Yeah.
They're definitely in a good spot.
Brentford really weird against Fulham because they went 1-0 up, and then they went into like a low block, and this is after Thomas Frank said he'd rather win 4-3 than win 1-0,
Yeah.
and then they attempted to win 1-0.
Yeah. He also came out and said something's definitely off with the team.
Yeah. Palace versus Fulham.
Okay.
That Fulham winner, I thought was really good. I really like their team. I think it's just pure vibes. I think the opposite of pure vibes is Palace right now. It's just no vibes.
No.
AFC for life. Hello, Tom.
Hello, Tom.
I'm going to go draw.
I think that's fair.
I think Fulham, that's probably taken a bit out of them,
Yeah.
that game, because to get all that last minute.
I'm going to go Fulham.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go Fulham. I think, Fulham are strong. Palace not quite figured out. I think that's a Fulham win.
Cool. West Ham Super 11 versus Everton. I'll call them the Super 11 every single week. This is Lopetegui's last game.
Yeah.
And I think that's no matter what happens. Thomas said 2-2 for the Palace Fulham. I agree with you.
It's going to be 2-2 then.
West Ham Everton. It's weird. West Ham, I think he was about to get sacked.
Yeah.
And we called it El Sakako
Yeah.
against Man United.
Yeah.
And Ten Hag got sacked.
Yeah.
Because he lost.
Yeah. It was a sack off.
Then, got to be careful with that one. And then last week, West Ham got absolutely smashed, didn't they?
Yeah.
This past weekend to Forest.
Yeah.
Forest smashed them up. West Ham are so bad, but Everton aren't the best.
No, this
This is really...
screams one way for me.
I'm going Everton.
Okay.
What you did?
Draw.
Okay.
I think both teams are just not going to have it in them.
I think Everton, just because I really think West Ham have down tools. They need that. They want that manager out and they want a new guy in.
Yeah. They could definitely do with a new manager with what they've got.
They should get Ten Hag. The next one is Wolves. Everton are dirty from Bungie. Wolves versus Saints.
Okay.
So this is the first Wolves game, I think, that hasn't been an awful fixture for them.
They've been so unlucky.
And I think they've actually been really good in their games. They just lost a lot. But it's because they've been playing the best opposition. I'm going to go Wolves. Saints have just come off their first win of the season. But I think Wolves will have this.
The way things are looking for both teams, this tells me Saints could get a good win here. But I've backed Wolves. I think Wolves are better than they look.
Yeah, I agree. And I say this, if he doesn't win that, he might get sacked. Gary O'Neill.
That's wild.
We got 2-0 from Tom.
Fair.
I agree. I'll agree with anything you say there, Tom.
Always.
Brighton versus City. This is an out-formed City, and I'll say this, Brighton are playing really nice football.
That's hard. No, do you know what's crazy is that's hard to call. I didn't think I'd be saying that.
I'm calling it right now. Brighton are winning that 3-0.
Yeet.
Do you see how fickle football is?
It's nuts.
3-1 from Tom.
I can't... The idea of City losing that many games in a row is nuts to
I'm
me.
going to be honest. If Arsenal had lost 3 in a row in all comps, do you know where I don't want to go? Brighton.
Yeah. Right now.
Away from home. They could need to get away from home. I know that... I think they lost to Tottenham at home.
Yeah.
It was Bournemouth away and then another away game in Portugal. And now another away game. Similar to us, we've done away to Preston, away to the team in the weekend.
They got a hard run.
Newcastle, into Chelsea all the way. You don't want that game. Bungie says 3-0 is a big shout, yeah. I don't know, they haven't obviously down tools or anything like that, but the form they're in, if they continue that form at Brighton will capitalise on it.
Yeah.
They are like... I genuinely believe if that was Brentford City, I think City would just win.
Yeah.
Whereas Brighton, they're just such a tricky team.
Everything is telling me to go Brighton, but I'm going to go draw.
Okay.
I don't think City are going to lose another game, but...
Now we've got Liverpool Villa. This is a very good game.
That's tasty. What time's that on?
I think that's the 5:30.
Is it?
I think that's 5:30, and that's 8 o'clock at night.
If that's true, then that's fantastic.
No, Liverpool's 8 o'clock at night. The Brighton City's at 5:30, I believe.
Oh, that's even better. I'm happy with that.
Fantasy football, your app.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, some good football. I mean, I don't like football being during Strictly, but 8 o'clock on a Saturday is a weird time for football. I genuinely feel. I think Sunday should have late games.
Yeah, we've got Brighton Man City at 5:30, and we've got Liverpool Aston Villa at 8.
And then the TV game is Forest Newcastle on Sunday.
That's a good game.
Liverpool Villa.
Yeah.
Villa look really poor at Spurs.
Yeah.
I don't think... I've just seen there that Tom's gone 3-0 Liverpool.
Wow. Got a little puzzle boy up there.
It's really hard, isn't it? Because Villa... It's really hard to do those puzzles on TikTok.
I know.
Oh, you did it.
I'm in.
It's really hard because Villa are now starting to experience you have to go away at Tottenham, then you got to go away in the Champions League, then you got to play Liverpool, and then it's a very, I don't know, it's a tough one. I do think Villa will push them, and like I said, I think if you push Liverpool, they struggle. Yeah. I'm going to go draw.
That's fair. Draw is very fair. For the good of the game, I'm going to go Liverpool. I think Liverpool will get the win there.
Okay. And then we got FC for Life. Is agreeing with everything you're saying.
Well,
there's a story to this. Tom in the chat seems to get everything right.
Yeah.
Bungie has said Liverpool. Man United versus Leicester. I think this is Ruud van Nistelrooy appreciation night.
Yeah.
Win. They beat him in the... The only thing I say is they beat him in the Carabao Cup, but Leicester put out their second team.
Okay.
And Man United did not. So...
I think... I'd like to think Man United winning that, but I'm going to take a big risk and go Leicester.
Man.
I think Vardy will turn up at Old Trafford.
Yeah. We got Forest versus Newcastle.
Tasty game. On TV, 2 o'clock.
Yeah. I'm going to go draw. Chris Wood and Isaac on the score sheet. 1-1.
I think Forest.
Forest, and I think Tom is agreeing.
Yeah, I think Forest. Thank you, Tom.
We've got... 2-1 was for the one before, I think, Man United, and then I think Forest is 3-2. So.
Yeah.
The next one is Spurs versus Ipswich.
Okay.
Spurs look really good at home against Villa in the second half. It's going to be Spurs. I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
but I think that's a nice fixture for them.
I'm going to draw.
Okay.
I'm taking it off Spurs there.
The last game is the Arsenal-Chelsea game.
Yay.
We will go Arsenal.
Yeah.
Because we always do.
Yeah.
Even if it makes no sense.
Yeah.
But that's what we do,
Yeah.
The Arsenal-Chelsea game is I think it's going to be one of the most interesting games of the season. I don't really know what's going to come of it.
Yeah.
I really don't know what to expect.
It's going to tell us a lot.
It's going to tell us a lot, and I
about
think
both teams.
The one thing I would love to see is a team of Raya, Timber and White, Saliba and Gabriel, Rice, Moreno, Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka, and Havertz up front.
That'd be ideal.
If we can put that team together, I really feel that will tell us even more, because I think if that team stutters and struggles, again, it's the first time that team will play together.
Yeah.
It will tell us a lot. But, I mean, Chelsea were in a really bad way last year and we drew 2-2 and we were 2-0 down.
Yeah.
We don't like I said at the start, we've played 7 of the 10 worst games we play every year.
Yeah.
In the first 10. There's a reason we don't like going to Stamford Bridge, and I don't know what it is. But Stephen Yen says dropping Partey is crazy. He's been arguing. I agree, but I'd rather he didn't play out of position.
Yeah.
Again, I would be just as happy with Partey, Rice on the left, and Odegaard 10 if we can put that together.
Yeah.
I really love Partey. I think Partey's an unbelievable player. He's one of my favourite players to watch.
Yeah.
But I also want to get eyes on this team that they're trying to build for the future.
Yeah.
No one has said he needs to be on the field no matter what.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right.
He does. GG's.
So it's going to be an interesting one. Next week's podcast is going to be another interesting one, because there's going to be a lot to unpack from Inter. I mean, Real Madrid lost last night. City lost. The Champions League is looking really weird.
Yeah.
If we can get a win, I think we're in third.
Yeah.
And we're right up there, because Real Madrid are down in like 25th or something like that. They've lost 2-1-2 or something.
Wild times.
It's weird. It's weird what's going on in Champions League. So yeah, next week we can talk about what happened in the Inter game, what happened with Chelsea game.
Yeah.
The Interlull and who's going away and who's going to get injured, that kind of stuff. And then after that, we're going to be getting right up in the mix, because it's going to be about 15 weeks of pure football every 3 days.
And as Rainmaker says in the chat, when we go on a crazy run from January.
Well, that's what we rely on, isn't it? You have to win 7-0 every single game from January to March, and then we have to stutter again a little bit just to make it interesting. Tom says, I'm going to Madrid this weekend. That's Tom, that's very good for you.
That's cool.
I'm very happy for Tom.
I've never been.
No one says to Rainmaker, not happening, fair play. So, GG's on that one. We will be back next week when Arsenal have beaten Chelsea and Inter Milan.
Fantastic week of football.
Because we're positively Arsenal.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.